Guys, welcome back for another video. So today a lot of things to see in the charts. We're just gonna cover, same as usual, checking a bit of Bitcoins, Ethereum, Solana, DOT, Injective as well, like just because reflect as other coins, a bit of meme coins, some Bitcoin dominance, and so on, and some index too, just to have a better understanding. If you haven't checked my video of yesterday, just check it out. I just made one where it's more on the technical analysis but on a bigger time frame, just to reduce the noise, to see where are the critical support, resistance, where we could potentially hedging, and the level that we really don't want to break. Otherwise, we're gonna get back to the forest fighting with the bears, and I think nobody wants to do that. So I think yeah, just check it out. I think it's gonna be full of value inside this one. All right, I think we're just gonna start with the Bitcoins chart for now. What we need to understanding is like a one that act as like a support and resistance was around like $95,000 on the bigger time frame, right? Since then, the one that act after as a kind of trend line, resistance, and like all the support that we gain start to act as resistance, right? So a lot of attempts, nothing may think that we just rebound and retest like this 95,000. Unfortunately, is it just a matter of time? Time will tell. Now, what we need to understanding is overall the sentiment of the market that I've showed, yesterday video, that is exhausted. We are oversold. We've got like some critical area that we really don't want to lose, but it could be like a really perfect combo to rebound from there, especially we feel like the CME gap of Bitcoins when was, I think it was 76 or something like that. So it's kind of good to pay attention all the time. Those CME gaps get filled, or sometimes we are scary when we haven't filled them yet, but I think this one is filled. Now, that being said, the closest one support resistance that we lose and we retest, how we're gonna retest like a second time, was like around $82,900, 83, give or take, So this is like kind of how we're gonna see maybe a little fake out of the trend line just to catch people off guard and retest the low, do a double bottoms, and in those kind of like liquidity grab with those wicks that they try to hunting people. That's a case, So the best case scenario will be we break, like a good story, we winning, and we just act this one as support. That would be the best case scenario. Short-term bearish scenario would be that we retest it, so we go down from here, or we break retesting like a fake out, and we just retest this area. So between, I give you numbers, between $78,000 to $76,000. So acting as kind of like a double bottom, so to speak, to do another bounce just to get more strength to break these trend lines, and then revisiting again this $82,000 and acting as a first support after we are not out of here, because we need to go, but it's gonna make like kind of like the first higher high. So higher low, my bad. So that would be a good maybe reversal indications. Now it seems that we are a little bit oversold, overbought already a little bit on the smaller time frame. So like that's why I'm saying that I would not be surprised that for the next 48 hours we got, like I say, little revisiting there, and maybe just retesting like between this gap, So be careful. A lot of people has been like a bit of chasing liquidity, but not by much, but just those little nasty wicks. You see those liquidity grabs, they love it, They just make sure just to pump a little bit, or just dump a little bit just to catch you, Even me, I've been out of a few positions, not much, I've been out, and then I just re-enter and it went on my direction. But to get you to the point that this market is very tricky, we got some as well, some divergence sometimes in some of the RSI too. So like I say, but on the bigger picture, if we don't lose some very key horizontal support, it's amazing, because market is exhausted, and it's not often that we see like those kind of oversold moment where, you know, the big guys is where they're accumulating. When you got fear in the market, I think the fear and greed index is very low. Sentiment is like under the water, swimming with the fish, you know. So you get the point. So this is Bitcoins overall. You can see that we are far from the 21 EMA and the 50, so we are far, but it's gonna meet us somewhere at some point, right? So you see the next one will be maybe 86, so we just need to wait, go down, revisiting, potentially break this trend line, right? And then after we're gonna match, and the bullishness gonna be when we close one candle above the 21 moving average, but this it's far from that. We got times, you know. So that's about Bitcoins, my friends. So now next stop, we're just gonna see about Ethereums, right? As well, just quickly, one thing that we really don't want to lose, this one, $76,000, $76,500. This one, it's on a bigger time frame, like a major key support, horizontal resistance support. We don't want to lose it. Otherwise, we need to readjusting, and we're gonna go much lower. Is that gonna be just a weak or body close, full body close? That's why. As long as we keep this one, we are good. If we lose it, we need to adapt. We need to adapt, otherwise we die, right? So now, on friends, Ethereum, same story, same story. So on the higher time frame was like $4,100 more or less. And then some few major key support resistant areas start to act as and we start to lose over time, you know. So the first one was like more, yeah, give it, yeah, so $3,700, boom, you know, nothing happened, we couldn't hold. $3,300, same story. Now then after this one, $2,800, so we went very, very fast, you know. But then when we're reversing, I think it's gonna be like a big impulsion. And again, big time frame, when you're zooming out, you remove the noise, the stress, the fear of people, you know. I think we are on a really good level, critical level. That's what they want. They want to shake out as much people as possible. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom out for you a little bit to understand it. So same story. Just gonna do this. Actually, can I remove this one? I think I'm gonna remove this one to make a bit more clearer. That was from earlier today for me. Now, the same story that I told you, you know, with the daily ones, you see we're losing it there. So we're gonna see, but we got some other key major support there. But actually, why it's on the chart? I think it's I was like one shot that I opened earlier, and I'm just gonna removing this. Give me a sec, guys. So yeah, same story basically to Bitcoins. We need to get some. Actually, I'm gonna remove this one as well, like that. It's gonna be better. All right, so same thing there. As long as we need to retest some support key resistance, but until then we need to find like it seems to be. Just gonna check a little bit there. Just give me a sec. Like on a daily, just gonna redo it quickly for you. Yes, so yeah, we may expecting like some lower price, definitely. It would like just to go plunge a little bit more on a bigger time frame. So is that gonna be just from now a retest? So we may be just a retest like the $2,300, but we need to be a bit patient. So on the short terms, same story for Ethereums. We may need to have like a rebound on major key support area. You see those ones like for the later on, you know, this is a bit more in advance, but just to have like a bigger picture. But now, from now, we just need to, you may have like a little rebound retest and then go lower or make it as a support and see if got some shift in this market now. So time will tell, you know, but it's pretty much like all the altcoins. The same that I explained to you on Ethereum is similar than the Solana as well, you know, it's a little bit more clear, but you get the point. So if you found some value, just drop a like. Yes, you know. All right, let's move on. Now, same story with Solana. Solana dumped like crazy when you think about it. I think it was like what? How much was? I think the top was like $300. Yeah, $300. You see where we are now? So it's kind of painful to see. But here we are now. Same story. There was like some, now we're acting still as a resistance. So all the support that we gain start to act as a resistance, and now this one we bounce back from this one and now as a support. Again, it may just do a bit higher, retesting. So you see all the one that I showed you a little bit earlier, there's a little bit in advance, some already gone, already done some step already, but it's the perfect things. Here you can see we're gonna potentially retesting $127, and then is that breaking out? Is good, we are out. So we still got some good touching points, so we are good. However, I would not be surprised that we go retest here and even lower there. I will mean like as a magnet, I would not be surprised in liquidity grab just to kind of try to catch those people off guard there, even here, you can see this, all over there. So be patient, guys. I think we got like some important meeting in the US tomorrow. So I think that's something that we're gonna need to pay attention, but same on a bigger time frame as well. I think it's great accumulations, a lot of fear in the market exhausted something, but we got as well in mind that we have some key support and level that we really don't want to lose on a bigger time frame. Otherwise, we really need to think this. Keep it more as a kind of a retest or potentially like the reverse on a very, very early moment, So that you say, oh yeah, when you look behind, you say, oh yeah, that was at that time that something happening in the market. So that's why I need a bit more in depth and more on the zooming in the chart. Same story with DOT as well. We have as well those trend that we keep it no matter what's happening, but we have like the support around like a 429 that didn't act and now act as a resistance. We rebounds back on it, but couldn't do anything. We didn't break it. Then the second support was like around like $4. Same story. Now same again. We're retesting. Are we gonna go? So same. We may just push a little bit, fake out a few people. Best case scenario, we break because got some amazing news, but I think that the sentiment overall is just they want to retest and visit it. Especially those weeks are too much greed there where they say, oh, they want more money from people. So be careful. Same like I say again, some of those weeks sometimes catch you off guard. It play on my advantage, today, but you see, it went just like weak boom boom. You see, so it was kind of like trick people, right? So be careful on that. Now again, we're gonna see this. We're gonna see maybe a lower high again, and see even on this liquidity grab. Same story too. On the bigger time frames, we don't want to see some very key support lost. So, but from now we are good, but just bear in mind, guys. So this is just like adding this one is look maybe like for the next 24, just a few days. On the hourly, I just can show you. Yeah, on hourly, this is what's happening right now. So again, this I would not be surprised that tomorrow we just check and we are like above under again and like around like $3.86 and weak. So some fill orders here will be maybe smart, depending. But wait, we seems to be a bit oversold already. And until tonight, and maybe like I'm gonna pay attention. I may open a short, a quick one, just with a good risk management, but time will tell. 21 EMA, very far away. This one as well. So we got a bit of time just to anticipating, kind of cruising around, chilling around over there. The time on friends just coming up to pick it up there, right? Does that make sense? Let's move on, guys. Now, same story, injective, same. I've done as well today. Was like a little short. And it start to play again, so I'm gonna play again. So but you can see we are closer to the liquidity grab right now. So are we gonna see the same story? Are we gonna go bounce again a little bit more, or is it because sometimes we may just not go as close to here, right? Keep in mind, we may just go like not to 9.94, we may be just to 9.90, something like this, or we can reverse maybe on this week, on this one there, 90.50. So we're gonna see. But for me, it seems that they really want to have like a solid bounce to say, okay, clear vision there. This week I will not be surprised. We're gonna see. Tomorrow I will keep you update on this. But injective, same story. This. Now, Dogecoin. Why I pick up Dogecoin? Because it's like the monthly leader ones in the meme coins area, and most of them you're gonna see all the charts. It's so funny because they had the same. Kind of big sell events. They look all the same. You got like Ethereum, Solana, DOT, not injective, but another one that I checked as well. They look like very the same. Like sometimes the charts, it's kind of fake out on the way down, and when you place your trend line in something, you can see that all of them they look all the same. So that's sometimes a bit confusing, but just to tell you the story that it's not, if you have like only one altcoin, you say, oh yeah, my altcoin don't do good. No, it's all of them. All of them were in the same bag. And we are got as well more clarity when I show you the Bitcoin dominance, why it's happening like that and reacting like this. So same story, Dogecoins. I'm nailing my entry bit by bit. I'm waiting from now. I just want to see some pullback when we break this trend line. But right now, same. And this one, that's a perfect example. Same than Ethereum's, but more clear. That's why a bit confusing a bit earlier. Sorry about that. But Ethereum, the closer daily, the big horizontal time frame, we lost it. Act as a resistance. The second resistance, like on the key support area, lost it straight after. Falling knife. And now liquidity grab on this area, like from 40 cents to 50 cents. And whenever I was doing my live, I was talking to someone just explaining that was potentially could happen. And it was like 90. I said, yeah, if we lose, like, yeah, it was here. I said, if we're losing 19 to 18, we're gonna go much lower. So be careful. And that's exactly what's happening. And at that time, I didn't put like the daily one. So that's perfectly what's happening right now. We need to be carefully. It's good like on the long term, you know, because they went so much down that I think there's a good accumulation there. They want to shake out people. And on the bigger time frame, market exhausted, and traditional market as well too. I think it was what, Tesla minus down 40%, I think, since November or something like this. So pretty much all the risky assets came back to November support area price that it used to be when we had like the presidential Trump one. So, and it's matching as well with the economy that we are right now, and kind of they try to put pressure, kind of say we don't care about the market, we don't care about the stock market and risky assets, and they put Trump just make pressure with the trade wars. So that's what's happening now. They put pressure for the federal banks, you know, just to reverse, you know. So yes, but I'm gonna show you as well with the Dixie. It's gonna make sense. So that's the story with Doge. Same, but it's gonna be a great entry. I think it's gonna be great. You see, I like to see this. You see, we got like we already done like a falling knife, kind of support on a liquidity grab here. Then like we start to do like a low high. So we're gonna see. Are we gonna visit the second one, or you know, we cannot predict. You know, is it gonna be like from here and we say okay, when we look backwards, say yeah, that was the bottom. We don't know. But from now, just be careful in terms of, especially if you do like with leveraging, right? So be careful, my friends. I think that's the most important. And same on friends is far away. You know, you say yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way, but not yet. You know, stay home, right? Same thing. You know, on friends gonna pick you up soon, but not now, right? So that's the thing. If sometimes if you have doubts, just say, yeah, where's my friend? He's here. So I need to wait a bit home, you know. Now, this, what it is, Bitcoin dominance that we keep following over times and for long times. This, as soon we lose finally this 60%, because again, you know, I think I'm gonna tattoo on my arm 60% Bitcoin dominance, because I think it's been here for long times and it's gonna here for a long time. But as soon as we lose here, I think it's gonna be great, because when we lose and we start to go on the way down, what's happening, guys? What's happening when we lose the dominance? Altcoin seasons. It's when the capital is gonna shift. That we've been caught off guard from December. A lot of people went like in risky asset when you have some time when you need to contract and sometimes you need to expand your capital, right? And in terms of risk. And for me as well, you know, at some point it was my extension when I have to expand, you know, and I've been caught off guard because the Bitcoin dominance keep rising. Why? Because this bull market is driven by institutionals. So all the institutionals been focusing mostly on Bitcoins and really Ethereums, and then like this play narrative with like the US asset stuff, you know. That's why like this market didn't reacting very well, or not as according to the plan, so to speak. But a lot of people think the same thing. So I'm kind of glad that, you know, sometimes you say, fuck, I'm crazy. Is that something that did something wrong? But I think it's just like, because this one is institutional driving, that this makes sense. That even if we keep talking, big bullish for institutional, but it's really reflecting in the price. So we learn on the most valuable lessons in difficult times and from one error. So It's the one among one of them that I learned these past few months. But look, we are resilient, you know, we never give up, guys. All right, so this is a Bitcoin dominance. As soon as we start to losing it, it's gonna be a great sign that it's gonna be the altcoin season, guys. All right, so now Dixie's remember the that I keep tracking, so that's why just don't forget to subscribe. All the time I make videos and I keep tracking those guys, you know. So Dixie's, that's the dollar index. We want to see drop it because the dollar is too high. What's happening? I make a video, it was like 109. I make a video, it was 7 as well. Yeah, 17. I think I'm talking about as well yesterday too. Look at that. Look this drop. Look this drop. So this is good to see. These are the key support resistance I want to break down. And I think this one, yeah, like I'm sure I'm gonna make some videos soon and I'm gonna say, look, Dixie is back to 100, guys. This is good. That's what we want to see. We want to weaken the dollars. The dollar is too strong. That's why we want to put panic. That's why the market crashed. That's why the economy is contracted, you know. It makes sure that they put fear in the market, that nobody pay attention to the traditional market, that risky asset, people doesn't spend money, people doesn't hire in the companies, you know. So businesses, they're reducing spending. People, they don't go to the Gucci store to buy like clothes fancy, even if they cannot afford it, you know, with their credit card. That's unfortunately, but people do a lot those type of things. You don't see that, you don't hear. People are more surviving. So right now, for us, we need to surviving, you know. It's okay. If we lose a lot of money, that's okay. We're gonna make it back, you know. But we just need to be careful and just to wait and be patient. Right now, it's just to look where are the critical levels, where we can take more risk in the market and where we can reducing and just exit, right? So I think that's the kind of thing. And I learn as well more on my way too, you know. So that's why when I say that, I speak loudly to myself to say, Max, make sure don't forget to learn these fucking lessons, you know. So that's why. I hope I bring you a bit of motivation too, you know, because at least, you know, I invest in myself, you know, but I want to don't let anyone behind it. And if you learn something valuable today, you know, that's make my day, guys. Now, Bitcoin dominance, we've done it. Index dropping, the Dixie dropping. What is this? Questions, anyone's? So this is the USDT index dominance, right? So the market share of the biggest stable coins, Tether. Same things. When it's going up, when it's rising up, what's happening? It means that people go to safety. They want to stable coins, you know, safety. Same than Bitcoin dominant. When it's going higher, mostly people are stocking in the Bitcoins. You know, it's rising. More people are getting in. When it's getting out, it's time to pushing and go back in risky one. So is that this week that maybe the end? No, I think we're gonna go higher. Or I will let you know because it seems that it want to go a little bit higher from now. Yes, so are we gonna maybe revisiting like a 6% to let's say what 7%? Yeah, this week, you know, like, you know, because sometimes not surprising, you know, but look, if we go there, you know, I would not be surprised that we go there sometime soon, you know. So if we go higher, it means that we may have like more dump and more people get scary. But more scary mean more opportunity when the market will shift back, you know. If we start to lose this spot and we cannot retest and then we add and we will shift on the other side, it's amazing. Because this means that we go in the other direction and the capital flow back into altcoins and narratives. And now we need to pay and we nail it, those goddamn narratives. So I think that's overall what's happening, guys, you know. So I'm just gonna do this, bim bam boom. So yeah, guys, that's why today what I wanted to make this video, it was just more to zoom in a little bit, just in terms of which kind of level we're gonna retesting. If so, if we're going lower, which critical on a more bigger time frame we don't want to break. We want to have a support, a bit of motivation as well, because you know as well I'm proud every day I learn a little bit more too for myself too. So I think it's amazing. And like I say, I hope you learned something. Always be safe. I'm gonna make more videos, same as usual, on the daily news, chart analysis. And I think for today, yes, pay attention as well. I think tomorrow there is a meeting, CPI meeting, something like that. So maybe more panic. Is this thing that's gonna make go lower? Maybe, if numbers are not good. CME gap, remember, CME gap around $76,000 has been filled. You know what does it mean? When it has been filled, it maybe tend to go on the other hub, because it's put fear when we got some gaps and we haven't filled them for quite some times. Now it's done. When it's done, it's done. All right, guys. On that note, don't forget to subscribe, give a like if you found some value and learn something today. That's the most important. And on that note, have a nice evening whenever you are, and talk to you soon. Goodbye, guys. Bye-bye.